you know somebody's heart inside you, you know who they are.
If if she if she gives Adam the authority that he needs, well, he's going to want her to see that she's actually being sincere. And if he's going to watch her for a while and she's acting like a nice wife and being loving towards him, he's going to think to himself, I don't believe her. She's trying to get back in charge. And as soon as she gets power, she's going to hurt me even more.
She shouldn't be defensive and defend herself. She should just continue doing what she's doing, right?
If she loves him and just tries to be nice to him and give him the authority, he's going to want to see that he gets the authority. So he's going to wait to see how he feels. He's going to say, do I feel like I have authority? Is she really giving it to me? And ultimately, if she gives it to him, he's going to say, I want to see this first. I don't believe it. And ultimately, I'll do that afterwards, after I see that this is me and I'm in charge. And Adam will tell God, I don't believe her, that she's being sincere. And she's just trying to act like my companion but she still secretly hates me and she's pretending. And then God will tell Adam, well, if she is, I'll punish her for that. She's going to be in trouble. I'll know what she's doing. So I'm going to watch and see what she's doing. And ultimately, then what God will tell Adam is, if she's nice to you and she's giving you that authority, then you better love her back and be nice to her and don't abuse her anymore. And ultimately, Adam won't be able to hear that, because if Adam can't talk to God and hear God talking to him, God will be talking to his feelings, and God won't be talking to his head. So he won't hear God's voice and the words. He'll only feel the feelings, and he's so screwed up in his feelings, already upset, that he can't even talk to God himself or even hear what God's saying. Because when he talks to God and God talks to him, God's saying, Adam, I'm talking to your feelings. You're only feeling what I'm saying. You don't know what I'm saying. And Adam's like, God, I don't even know what you're saying. What are you saying? And it's hard for him to interpret the word. So Adam's having trouble talking to God, and he doesn't even know how to do it, really. Adam and Eve fell out from God. They fell away from God. They don't even know how to talk to God anymore.
Can Eve help Adam learn how to talk to God?
If Adam's feelings could calm down somehow, if he could calm down, he could talk to God and he'd know. But he's so upset at Eve that literally he doesn't know how to feel it right. He's interpreting it all wrong, and he's blaming her for that. He's saying, like, she's got my feelings in a stir so badly that I can't feel anything. I don't even know what's going on. And ultimately, Adam doesn't even know as much as what I've just told you. He doesn't even know, because he's just so disturbed mentally that he doesn't even know any of this. He doesn't know that he's mad. He doesn't know why he's mad or why he's freaked out.
How do we let him know that?
Well, I know it. So I'm an Adam that knows it. But the thing is that Adam is the spirit that's in men, and all the men have Adam. So that basically all the men need to be aware of what I'm aware of. And if they get to become aware of what I'm aware of, they'll have a chance to actually repair the problem. Because if Adam and all the men in a collective, the Divine Masculine Collective, the Divine Masculine Collective has to get the feeling that she's actually going to give him authority back. And right now, the feeling in the Divine Masculine Collective is, as a whole, it's consisting of all the men, the single-minded men that are in that collective. They all feel like she's wrong. She's so wrong. She's trying to be a goddess. She wants authority. She's like, she hates me.
How do we show them otherwise?
Well, when she starts to actually give him authority, if she does it, he won't believe it, and the entire collective won't believe it. So what she'll experience is, I'm trying to give him authority back and do what I'm trying to do the right thing. God will say, okay, honey, understand, darling, that he won't believe you. Yeah, and the collective won't. They're going to feel you're lying and you're wrong. So what you're going to have to do is love him for a long time, and he won't believe you for a long time. And then you're going to be frustrated, thinking like, I'm trying to do the right thing, but he's not responding. He's not he's not changing for me. And ultimately, God will say, okay, if you're aware of that, then you have to be patient with him, because Adam's really not wrong. Adam's actually just so disturbed mentally that he can't freaking get it right. But when he actually feels like he's got the authority back, because he'll feel it, what he's feeling is not his own feelings. In his own feelings, he's feeling the Divine Feminine Collective that's mad at him. So he's not feeling the Divine Masculine. And when he does feel the Divine Masculine, he feels anger at her. So he's feeling rage and I don't believe you. So what we're dealing with here is that it's not about changing Adam in one man, or even changing Adam in all men. But if you try to change Adam in one man, it doesn't work, because the Divine Masculine Collective is including all men in the feeling. So it takes time. Plus, the Divine Masculine Collective has to literally get the feeling that she's actually doing it right, and that'll be like
so
that.
What if your husband, is is making a decision that'll hurt him, you still have to support his decision?
If you just give him love and authority, that's what he wants. And he wants you to be his companion. He doesn't want you to be a goddess trying to tell him what to do. Because he's telling God, hey, didn't she come from my rib? I thought she came from me, God. Well, she did. Well, then why is she trying to be a goddess and telling me what to do? I thought I came from you, God. Well, you did. She didn't come from me. You did, Adam. I created you from me, and you're from me. She's not from me. She's from you, Adam. Well, if she's from me, how come she doesn't respect me and love me? Well, that's partly why. Because she's trying to be from God and not be from Adam. She's trying to deny Adam where she came from. She's saying, Adam, I didn't come from you. I don't even like you. I'm trying to come from God. But you didn't come from God, Eve. You came from Adam. You've got to be seeing and knowing you came from Adam, not from me. If I'm God, I'm telling you, Eve, I created you, not from me. I created you from Adam. So you came from him, and you need to love and respect him and give him his authority. He won't believe you. He's not going to believe you because the Divine Masculine Collective doesn't believe you as a whole. So what you have to do is be obedient to him, make it sincere, and then understand there's going to be a time period of like a couple months that you have to do it.
So that takes Eve having a lot of faith in God.
Yes, because she's going to have to trust God. That God says, Eve, if you give Adam the authority back and expect it's going to be 2 months at least, that he won't believe you, and he's still going to keep abusing you. And he's going to say, I don't believe nothing you're doing. You don't really love me. You're pretending. And ultimately, she's going to have to still love him and keep trying and make it sincere. And God will say, only if it's sincere will it work. Because Adam's spirit will know what she's doing. He'll feel it. He'll say, until she's sincere, then she's not. So if she is sincere, it'll take some time. And Adam will eventually start feeling guilty because he'll start to think to himself, my God, she's really loving me. She's giving me my authority back. Ultimately, he'll say, I can't believe it. You won't believe it.
Be strong. It'll be scary.
You won't believe it. But when he gets the authority back, he's going to say, I can't believe she did that to me. She gave me back my authority? She's never given it back to me. She hates me.
Maybe she's just scared.
Adam will start to realize that she's really being sincere again. And he just will feel guilty. He'll feel mad at himself.
She doesn't work for that.
He's going to have to be mad at himself because he won't believe that she's really giving him anything. He's going to say, I can't believe she did it. And she's going to really give me my authority back. I can't believe she's doing it. I don't believe it. God will say, Adam, you've got to stop being abusive towards her and mad at her and treating her terribly. And then he'll say, okay, well, if I can have my authority back, if she gives it back to me and she's sincere, then he'll see it. And ultimately it'll work. So it'll be that she suffers 3 to 6 months being nice to him while he's going to continue to be mean to her anyways. And then what she's going to do is have faith in God. And God says to her, I will make him be nice to you, and I will punish him if he continues to be mean to you. And he continues to put up with it. If he wants to be an asshole, I'm going to punish him big time. He's going to pay for it.
He doesn't want that.
Well, it's okay because he's going to have to go through first some guilt trips because he's going to hate himself. Think, I can't believe she actually did it because he's expecting she'll never do it. He's saying, I could be mean to her because she deserves it. So ultimately, when actually she's being right and true and the real, then God is going to turn his anger from her over to him, and he's going to be mad now at Adam and saying, she's nice to you, she gave you authority, you better be nice to her, buddy. So he's going to get punished. So what she can guarantee herself is that if she's nice to him, then God is going to be mad at him if she's actually sincere. What she has to be careful of is to realize that if she's happy about the fact that God's saying, I'm going to be mad at him if he doesn't change, she can't be feeling good about that.
She feels very guilty, but she knows that she'll suffer for a while, and then her husband will suffer, and then
Adam will
come together and find.
Yes, Adam will be made to be nice to her, and ultimately God's going to let Adam abuse her for a while because God will be talking to him, trying to talk to him, but he can't talk to God. He's so deaf and blind to what God's trying to tell him. He doesn't know how to talk to God. God will be talking to him, and he won't listen, or he won't know what to think. So he's going to be trying to sort his feelings out, wondering what the hell. And ultimately, God will say, "Look, Adam can't even listen to me anymore. He doesn't even know what I'm telling him. So it's going to take time for me to tell him he's got to calm down."
Eve sincerely wants to obey her husband and love him and respect him. feels guilty knowing that he'll be punished for doing so, but she knows that it's ultimately for the greater good.
Right. And if she's not happy with the fact that God is going to be mad at him instead of her, well, she's going to be the vehicle for that. She's going to turn God's wrath onto him. But she better be careful not to feel good about that whatsoever. Because if he senses that when God is mad at Adam now instead of her, and God's not mad at her anymore, because God's telling Adam, you better be nice to her now if she's being nice to you and it's sincere. And so ultimately, it'll take some time. But if she's happy about that now God's mad at Adam, then it'll all go to hell. I mean,
she should have his back and love him and support him.
She should be knowing that if God says to her, listen, Eve, if I get mad at Adam, you better not enjoy that, because I'll be pissed at him and punishing him.
Be a safe place too.
We'll just have compassion for the fact that he's going to be on the hot seat, and I'll be punishing him now because you're being good. I'm going to kick his ass and make him be nice to you. Ultimately, he's going to get punished, and God will be kicking his ass. And if Eve's not happy about it, if she realizes that she can't dare be happy about it, well, it might work then, because
It should hurt her.
huh?
It should hurt her.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt Adam, and it might make her feel good.
No, well,
If it doesn't, then maybe it could work. It might actually work, because if Adam senses that she's not happy that I'm getting punished now, when God starts punishing him, if he thinks like she's not happy about it because she's not, well, then he'll feel guilty, and he'll actually he'll forgive her, and he'll want forgiveness from her, because he'll say, okay, fine, so this is real, this is sincere. Well, damn, so she's not happy that I'm getting punished by God? Well, no. If she's not, well, then Adam will say, then I have no way to continue to be mad at her. I can't keep this ruse up. And ultimately God will say, no, you can't. But it's the fact that she wasn't having joy over his pain when God was punishing him after she did it. She caused God to quit being mad at her because she's actually obedient now. And that will be how it works, that she actually is sincere, and she doesn't be happy that God says, don't worry, when I'm going to kick his ass if he doesn't be nice to you, don't be happy about the fact that I'm going to beat him up, because I will beat him up badly. And if he knows that you're not happy about it, and he can feel it, he's going to feel guilty, and he'll hate himself. So he'll then need forgiveness from you, and then he'll sincerely ask for it.
and she should sincerely give it to her.
And then you'll be back together, and Adam and Eve will come back together, and it will be like it'll be happy again, and it'll be a resolution. It's about impossible. It could happen, because unfortunately, between two people, it could work, but between the two collectives, they're as a whole against each other, which means that you have to change enough people. You have to change a bunch of people, which means that Eve and one person, just because you're doing it right, there's going to be a bunch of women that have to agree with you to do the same thing you're doing together to make the collective change, you see? Which means one person one Eve trying to do the right thing won't be able to change it. It'll be 100 Eves, or maybe 1,000 Eves together doing the right thing. And then the only chance they got is maybe it's 10,000 Eves that have to do the right thing together, because the only way to make it work is to change the divine feminine collective's feelings that are angry at Adam and God. And ultimately, you'll need 10,000 women to do what you're doing. If you agree to be right and sincere to Adam and give him his authority, well, you can't do it, and you can't fix this problem alone. It'll take 10,000 women in agreement with you, and you all do it together.
How do I get them to agree with me?
That's the problem, is that there's 10,000 women that don't know what we're talking about right now, and they won't be able to have any agreement with it, because they're going to say, I don't even know anything about this. I'm still mad at Adam, and I'm never going to be not mad at him. So it's important that the women, and all the women in the world, get this message, that they know that it takes 10,000 women being obedient to Adam at once for Adam to actually feel like in the collective they're actually doing the right thing, because the collective is all the women in the world, you see. He's going to be feeling that collective, and he says one woman doing it right, it's not going to make me feel like she's doing anything right. I need 10,000 women to get obedient with me.
So how do I show other women that I'm obedient?
Well, hopefully this message gets to all the women somehow over some time, and you'll be the first one to start being obedient, and there'll be more women joining you, and it'll take time. So basically you'll be leading the women. So in a sense,
So then I have some power.
you have some power in a sense, because you'll be leading all these women. It takes time for these women to get on your band, and ultimately it may happen that you'll be the leader of how to fix the world.
But they also might not like what I have to say at first.
Surely they won't, but who does? Nobody likes it. God don't like it, I don't like it, you don't like it, Adam don't like it, and Eve don't like it. It's unfortunately a big mess, catastrophe, but you will it'll be able to get done if this message gets out. And because it'll be 10,000 women that agree that they have to give Adam another chance sincerely, and that they can't pretend to give him a chance, because he'll know it. He'll know that they're not sincere.
And maybe I know that I can quietly have some strength and still be obedient to Adam, because.
And God is who you're being obedient to. When you're being obedient to Adam, you're being obedient to God, and God will appreciate you for that, because he'll say, that's what I wanted, was Adam to be the head of the household. I wanted him to be a Godhead, and I wanted him to be the husband, and so he could have his self-confidence and like himself, so he could feel loved. And so it's real, and he'll need to feel loved, because if he doesn't feel loved, he hates himself, and he'll hate her too.
But Eve can have confidence knowing that she's doing what God is obeying, or God is commanding her to do by obeying her husband.
Absolutely. And ultimately, you're the only Eve that's doing it. If you're going to start doing it now, all the other women in this country today are not doing it. They're all in a frenzy, and they're mad, which means you'll be the first woman that's actually doing it right. And ultimately, then it's going to take some time, because God will put those women that are willing. They're going to start collecting any woman that's willing to be obedient and putting them with you. So you'll start getting stronger every day, because you'll have a feeling that says, wow, this might work. But it's going to take 10,000 women to do it, to make Adam believe it, because he's going to say, I can't believe it. You're all against me. It'll take 10,000 to be with them. So he'll feel that, and he'll say, wow, you mean there's some women actually with me now? And then God will say, yeah, I'm going to bring them to you. And and ultimately it's take some time. Crazy, huh? It's not funny, but and ultimately it's not funny at all. Adam's so messed up in the head that he doesn't think he's ever going to get what he wants.
Eve is too.
Yeah.
And she's battling some demons.
She needs to quit battling those demons. Those demons are Adam mad and trying to get in. So those demons are just Adam trying to get in. He's trying to possess her and control her. But ultimately, that's how you're together. Understand that Adam gets into Eve. It's the spirit of Adam. It's just like a penis that gets into a woman to impregnate her. It has to get in her. You can't get pregnant without a man getting into you. He's got to get in. And ultimately, if you don't let the man in, you're not going to get pregnant. So understand, God would say, if you let Adam in a spiritual sense, it's like having sex. His spirit will get into your head. And ultimately, if you're thinking it's a demon and fighting it, well, then we're all in trouble, because there's no such thing as demons. There's only mad Adams that are turned into demons, and they're like pissed off, saying, "Oh my God, you're calling me a demon? You won't even let me in. I wanted to get in. I was trying to be your husband, and we're supposed to be together. You won't even let me in. And I can't even be with you. I'm a demon now. I'm so mad." It's what Adam is a demon now. He's mad.
That's Eve taking his personal inventory.
She shouldn't be afraid of demons. She should know that don't be afraid of Satan, and don't be afraid of the devil, because they're just saying they're God. And she's the one that made the God hated, because she's called God the devil, and then convinced half the world that God is the devil or Satan. And ultimately, then he's mad. He's mad at Eve. So God blames Eve for calling him the devil and Satan, because now half the world doesn't even listen to God anymore, but actually thinks he's evil. And ultimately, he'll be evil. He is evil, because he'll be mad, saying, you guys are not getting it. The demons are not going to be evil. They're going to be Adam being mad because he can't get in. He's trying to get into Eve. He wants her to let him in so he could be with her. That's pretty much the story. If she lets him in, he'll love her and care about her. In time, it'll work.